Welcome to another episode of geekoutdoors.com. When it comes to video editors, there are so many options available. There's very popular paid programs like Adobe Premiere, Cyberlink Power Director, and more free and open source options like Shotcut and Olive. And if you're looking to do video editing on your mobile devices, well, there's tons of apps available on both the Google Play Store and the Apple iPhone. However, today I'm going to be focused on free video editors, and specifically three of the ones that I use on a regular basis, which are Openshot, Kdenlive, and Davinci Resolve. And with those three, I'm going to talk about which one is the best free video editor available. So let's go ahead and get into this versus comparison. And so let's start off with Openshot. So I discovered this tool whenever I started making the move from Microsoft Windows over to Linux. And at that time, my video editor of choice was Windows Movie Maker because I really didn't need to do anything complex. And at the same time, it already came with Windows. And so luckily, I found Openshot, and it was probably one of the best video editors that I found at that point, because the biggest strength that it has is it is super easy to use. Even if you've never done any type of video editing, because everything here is really simply laid out, and at the same time it has these nice big graphics that kind of show you how things are going to work when it comes to things like transition and effects. And then if you spend, I would say, like an hour to 2 hours, it's really easy for you to get used to what this tool has to offer, and that makes it a great tool for people who just want to get started. Now, the thing that really holds Openshot back is beyond just very simple to maybe a little bit of medium video editing, this tool is not meant to do that. And so if you were thinking of doing more pro level stuff, or you wanted to grow more as a video editor, this tool might not be for you. And then whenever I think about doing things like keyframes, for example, it's not quite as easy to do here. And then beyond that, you're kind of limited to whatever is already provided here. So that's why I would say if you are somebody who is just starting out, Openshot is probably going to be one of the best video editors out there. But if you wanted to go beyond that and really dig deeper into the world of video editing, then you're probably going to have to learn something else that's going to offer you more power and features. And so my second favorite free video editor is Kdenlive. This is by far the video editor that I've used the most and currently have the most experience with. And initially, whenever I started using this, I didn't really like it because it was more complex than what I was used to, especially coming from something like Openshot. However, after spending more time learning this tool and using a lot of what it has to offer, it just gives you way more power than what I had with Openshot, from things such as composition to transitions to effects. And there's so many other things that this tool provides that Openshot doesn't. And I think the most important thing with using this tool is it really prepares you to use more advanced and professional tools. Because with Kdenlive, the learning curve is going to be higher than something like Openshot. But at the same time, as you are using this, you're learning how to, create effects, learning how to splice multiple timelines and projects together, learning how to use things such as proxy clips or even LUTs. It's going to really prepare you for more professional tools like Adobe Premiere, Davinci Resolve, and so many others that are out there. And I think that's the best thing that Kdenlive has taught me. Now, the main drawback with Kdenlive is if you are going to be using this for more professional use, you can do a lot of medium, I would say, to some pro level, but at a certain point, there are limitations to this tool. I mean, things that are more prevalent in the whole professional world, such as color grading, doing effects, doing more complex timelines and projects. That's where Kdenlive, it really starts to show its limitations. And it kind of makes sense because this really wasn't built initially to be a pro level tool. However, with each update and iteration, it is getting more of that. And I would say, at least for me, after using Davinci Resolve and coming back to this, Kdenlive is still overall easier to use. My workflow is a lot faster. However, if there are certain things that I want to do, certain effects, certain audio manipulation or color grading or special effects, these are not available here. and you kind of have to figure out how to combine a lot of different effects and transitions and compositions in order to make it work here in this tool. So that's kind of where I see that Kdenlive is not quite there when it comes to pro level use. And so those are my thoughts on Kdenlive, my second favorite free video editor. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool used at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so my favorite free video editor is Davinci Resolve. This is an absolutely incredible tool, and even though there is a paid version available, the free version alone will allow you to make any type of video that you wanted and even produce entire movies, because this is a pro level tool from the ground up. Now, whenever Davinci Resolve started, it was primarily only known as a color grading tool used by Hollywood studios and big production houses. But over time, Blackmagic has really evolved this to be an all-in-one pro level solution. Whether you wanted to do color grading, video editing, special effects, or audio editing, you could do all of it here in one place. And this is a huge advantage over their biggest competitor, Adobe, who has all of these tools in separate programs, and at the same time you have to pay for that subscription model, which you don't have to right here in Davinci Resolve. And at least for me, I primarily only use it now for the video editing. All these other tools I'm just now learning, so it's going to take me a long time to learn these other ones. But from a video editing standpoint, this is the most powerful and best video editor that I've ever used. And a lot of things that I kind of had to figure out ways to do in Kdenlive or Openshot, it's already pre-built right here in Davinci Resolve, and things are just a lot easier if I wanted to do more complex things, you know, or things that just take me more time in the other programs, you know, things such as like doing keyframes or adding transitions, titles, effects. I could also create templates using power bins. There's so many things that I could do here, and there's so many other things that I have yet to learn, and that's just in the video editing portion alone. And when you move over to all these other tools, it could take you years just to learn these programs by themselves. And so those are all my thoughts on why Davinci Resolve is the best free video editor available today. And I would say, at least for me, it's the best video editor, period. And so if you actually had any thoughts on any of these programs that I've talked about today, or any other video editor that you enjoy using, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you wanted to use Openshot or Kdenlive, I do have an entire tutorial series for both, and I'll leave that in the description area as well if you are interested. And so if you did get value out of this video, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.